This podcast is being brought to you by Mike's Merchandise. You can find them on the web at mikesmerchandisebhm.com or give them a call at 205-624-4177. You're listening to the 10 out of 10 podcast, where we take you on our journey exploring cities that are sports hotbeds, primarily in SEC country or throughout the South. Each week, you will learn the best places to eat, hottest venues to visit, and a few hidden gems along the way. So when you visit, your trip will also be a 10 out of 10. Well, I missed week 1 and 2 of college football because I was in Greece, cruising the Isles, from Rhodes to Santorini and everything in between. The only sport they had on TV there was soccer, and my ESPN app wouldn't play, but it was 100% worth it, especially since my team lost this week. Greece, though, was everything I expected and more. My guest of dishonor is back to talk Greece, since he has also traveled there, and probably how great Georgia is and how his predictions about Bama were right and blah, blah, blah. It's all Greek to me now. Opa. So, you went to Greece a few years ago, right?
I did. I've got quite some stories from Greece. I actually took, and I've got right here on my phone, I took my engagement photos on the cliffs of Santorini. Our photographer is one of the hardest working dudes in the business. We jumped fences. We climbed up on the Blue Dome. These pictures they're pretty amazing.
They were really impressive.
Too bad the girl I was with is not, and we ended up not getting married. So for all you ladies listening, I'm single.
Well, I didn't make it on the domes, but I walked down to take pictures with them.
Yeah, we climbed up on it.
That's
jumped
wild.
some lock fences. Our photographer was kind of crazy.
So, but you told me a little tip before I went about not leaving your drink unattended. Was that in Santorini, or where was that?
That was in Santorini. We spent most of the time in Santorini. We spent 2 nights in Athens, which we didn't. You don't really go out after dark in Athens.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a dangerous city. Did you get in a cab in Athens?
I got in an Uber, and the Uber was very nice.
Just the craziest drive in the world. There's like no lanes. The cars are bumper to bumper. It's crazy over there.
I rented an ATV in Paros, and it was pretty wild. Definitely almost got hit a few times because, like, the ATVs and mopeds and stuff ride in the middle. Mm-hmm. Like, they'll just pass everybody, and, like, there weren't red lights there. It was just, like, a free-for-all of when do you turn at this.
Yeah.
No stop signs?
No stop signs.
It was just like, what are we doing?
They like rub each other's bumpers to tell you to get out of the way. It's crazy over there. Did you
Wow.
go to the Parthenon?
I did. I loved it.
It's amazing, right?
Yes.
It's like where civilization started. You're like with the first human beings over there.
That's crazy.
Really cool when you're there to like think about it. Did y'all go in the museum?
I didn't.
No.
I did not. I didn't have that much time. But we
now,
started in Athens though, and I loved it.
It was cool. It's really cool. I liked it. I liked it a lot. The weird thing one of the weirdest things about Greece that I'm going to tell people is that you don't flush toilet paper down the toilet.
I noticed that.
They want you. Yeah, you got to.
And I kept forgetting. Like, I would see the sign. Also, you have to pay for restrooms over there.
Yep.
Like, weird. Like, why does this cost money? I don't know.
But we can get to the drink thing if you like in Santorini. I have a crazy story about that.
Is Georgia named after Athens? I just thought of that. Like,
is Athens, Georgia named after Athens, Greece? Correct. You're correct. It comes down, kind of like everything in Alabama is named after something British or English, like Leeds, Birmingham, all of that is British.
You feel connected to Athens?
No, I wouldn't say all that. I do love the name Athens and the city Athens in Georgia. Athens, Greece is great too. All Athens is great. Actually not Athens,
Georgia.
Alabama.
Well, okay, yeah. Tell me about your drink incident.
Oh man, so we were there. Me and my ex-fiance were there for a wedding. But we get there. We Airbnb'd this house in Santorini. So we were staying, I don't even remember the names of all these inlets where you stay, and I still don't remember.
Fia.
That's where we were, in that area with the black rocks and the domes. Yeah, we were in that area.
That was the best place. It was my favorite.
But what you don't want, the thing about it is, so British people, the girl that was getting married was marrying a British guy. Mm-hmm. And what I didn't know before this trip is they absolutely love karaoke. So we
British people or Greek people?
British people.
Okay.
So we had to go to every karaoke bar on Santorini.
Interesting.
And we would all go out and party every single night, go to the clubs, then end up at like a late night bar to do karaoke.
Apparently it's like a big party, like the whole place. It's just like parties all the time.
Yeah, it's a party island. Like it is, it's wild over there. But we went over there, we went to dinner, and we left, we went to this club, and it was like, there's probably 25 of us. And me and my fiance, British people, first of all, British people can also drink like you wouldn't believe. Like, I mean, I don't want to talk about the extracurriculars that go along with that too, but there was a lot of that and a lot of other things going on over there. But we went to this club, and me and my fiance were looking at the drink menu. We got this. We were like, all right, let's get something crazy. So we ordered this like crazy drink. I don't know. It came in this like skull and crossbones. Like this should have been our first time. Bad omen like cup.
I didn't see those.
We drank those and we started to party. And this is like, we're talking like early on in the night. This is like 9:00. Well, I don't remember anything. My ex is really, really beautiful. And she, people would try to drug her. I don't like her at all. The way it ended was horribly, but I will give her that compliment. At least I was not with an ugly girl. So we were on Santorini. We were out at this club, and I blacked out so hard. Don't remember anything. I woke up at 2:00 in the morning on a park bench in an elementary school, by myself.
How far away? Like that sounds. I didn't even see any schools.
A long way away. Yeah, yeah, exactly. There, you exactly. I have no idea how I got there. There were schools. Well, I woke up. I like couldn't figure out where I was. I was in a foreign country. No idea where I was.
Nightmare.
I was like, oh my God. So like I like woke up, all the schools are fenced in like you would see in like New York City. So like I obviously had to climb a fence to get in there.
Oh my gosh.
This was in late September.
And you were all alone.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
A weekday in late September. So like school's gonna start. So I panic, I wake up at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
An American.
Should not be anywhere near school, drunk as I was. Like I was still so woozy from whatever drug was in my drink. I like couldn't focus. I jumped back over the fence, and then the only idea I had in my mind was to just climb onto somebody's back porch. And I like climbed one story up, climbed onto like a resident of the city I was in's back porch, and like somehow.
Did they speak English?
No, they weren't there. I just laid on the back porch and went back to sleep. I couldn't open my eyes. I was like, oh my God. I woke up like 2 hours later to this guy kicking me. Like he's like, "What are you doing, stupid American?" Just like telling myself, I was like, "Oh my God!" I just got up and ran. Right? I just got up and ran. I didn't have my wallet, didn't have my keys, didn't have anything. I was like, "Man, this would be so kick ass if I just went to jail." Like sweet. So I'm like, somehow. I start walking, and there is not. I go like get out of the city. There's every city's like this little village, along the shoreline, and I'm just walking, and it's like at this point it's like 5:30 in the morning, 5 in the morning, I guess, something like that, and I start to smell something really good, right, and I go around this corner, and there's this Greek bakery opening. They weren't open, but they were there, and they're cooking.
Yeah.
Or baking, if you will, like all their morning stuff. And I went in there, like knocked on the door. This big fat Greek lady like came to the door and like fed me. She fed me stuff, and somehow
they are very hospitable.
They are. They're the nicest people.
It's kind of like the South, in my opinion. I felt at home.
Yeah, I could figure out the word. I can't even remember what it was. We were in some inlet up on the mountain where our Airbnb was. And I'm like, she didn't speak a word of English, but I could remember one word, and that was where we were staying.
Oh, wow.
And she somehow got me in the car and drove me there. And what had happened was, apparently, me and my fiance got both of those two drinks we drank. We were the only two people that drank them, and we were both that way. She had a whole nother story of her own and somewhere else, and we had gotten into a fight, an argument, and I gave her the keys to I rented one of those Fiats, but like I'm 6'4", so
They're so little.
Only one of us could drive it. You had to like sign your life away to get these cars when you're on the island. So I had to, when I'm driving, I was driving through the sunroof. Like I had my head would come out, my eyes would just see
that
over the top.
Because they were so little.
And she couldn't figure out how to drive it. She had wrecked it. It was just.
So like Santorini was my favorite. Was it your least favorite?
No,
I mean, you loved it.
Other than that one night, we had an absolute blast. Like it was so much fun. The wedding was amazing. Like it was just.
I think they know how to do weddings for sure. Yeah.
But on our way to the next day was our engagement pictures at the Blue Dome.
Oh, that's rough.
Oh yeah, we had to be there at 9 a.m. and I was walking around Greece at 5:30 in the morning. Like so, she was bad shape too. So on the way we were driving there. We had to stop 3 times so she could puke. So we're like, it was rough.
And you say I'm a hot mess, Tom.
That's true.
You win this week.
Yeah, I mean but it was great though. We had so much fun. I would go back in a heartbeat. It was just that one club, that one night that we were there for 10 days. So other than that, awesome trip.
Did y'all have tzatziki dip? That was like that, and the fried feta were my favorite things I ate.
Their cheese, like so. I can't remember when you're off the coast of Santorini. There's a mountain that's an old volcano.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And that is. Did you try their tomatoes?
No.
All the tomatoes in Greece.
Oh yes.
Come from this like volcanic ash on the side of that mountain that are so amazing. Like I would just get a bowl of tomatoes every morning for breakfast.
I thought so good. I don't even like raisins here, but their raisins were good. Like really good.
Yeah, that's because they're not processed. They're just
everything was good.
Yeah, they come right off the vine over there.
The olive oil and like we went to a winery. Did y'all go to a winery?
Oh yeah, I brought back jars and jars of olive oil. Like we shipped back so much olive oil to cook with. It's so good over there. Like
everybody seems healthy too. Like they just look healthy, to me. Like compared to here, because they're just eating like. You hear the Mediterranean diet or whatever.
Yeah.
They're McDonald's. Like, did you go to a McDonald's? I swear, it was like McDonald's.
I don't even go to McDonald's here.
It was like a McDonald's with a Greek twist. But, like, their meat tasted real. And, like, they had, like, tzatziki dip to dip your fries in. And they were, like, potato wedges. Not, like, real, like normal fries.
Yeah, they do it. All McDonald's do it differently all over the globe.
I liked theirs. I thought it was really good.
I'm super glad you went to Greece and just got some McDonald's. That's awesome, Jen.
We were in the city, and it was like we were tired and like hungry, and like I don't know why. Like I like to find the McDonald's and the Starbucks and see what's different and cool. And then the Starbucks has those little mugs that you can collect of the different countries.
No,
I don't know. It's like a goal of mine to try to go to all the Starbucks and maybe a McDonald's here or there. But theirs was great. It was in Crete. Did y'all go to Crete?
Nah, we didn't. I wanted to do more. I've traveled Europe, other places, but like we were there for that wedding, so we kind of had to go. We just went to Athens 2 nights, and then just me and my fiance. We kind of flew in separately and stayed in Athens the first 2 nights, and then flew over to Santorini and met up with the wedding party. But we wanted to do a little more, so we couldn't go too far away though.
So. What else was your favorite? We went to Turkey. I was like kind of nervous about going to Turkey.
Oh yeah, Turkey's awesome.
It was cool.
Did you go to Istanbul?
No, it was Bodrum.
Istanbul is really really cool. I've never been to Bodrum.
But they had a lot of like fake stuff. Like everything was fake. It was like a Turkish market, and like you could like haggle the prices and stuff. And they had like fake Prada and Jordans and like.
How long were you gone for?
10 days. Well, actually 12 because the flights got canceled because of weather. So.
Yeah, and they lost your luggage. Yeah,
it was the way home. The way there was like easy.
Is anything easy for you ever?
The way there was easy, and I was shocked.
Did nothing bad happen?
Yes.
Do you just wake up and like think, what fuck's going to happen to me today?
I had a great time on the way back. It's like about the journey, not the destination, you know? Like I went to
100% accurate with you. It's always the journey. We don't ever get to a destination with you.
Oh my God. What else? What else do you want to know about Greece?
I don't know. How was the rest of your trip? Tell me about, you went to Turkey, you went to Greece. Where else did y'all go? Did y'all go to Italy?
It was like the Greek Isles and Turkey and then Athens. Okay. And then I ended up in Amsterdam because of the flight getting canceled.
Did y'all spend time in Mykonos?
We did. I loved Mykonos.
It's better.
Better?
It's nicer than Santorini.
Really?
Yeah, Santorini. Well, so like
I liked Santorini. Like I liked them both. But if I went back, I would go Mykonos and Santorini. Just that.
Santorini has like the side that we were on, that our Airbnb is on, is not the side. We were on the other side of the island.
Thea Town.
Yeah, where the other side from.
Ia.
Yeah.
It's spelled OIA, but they call it Ia.
Right. I'm still friends with Facebook from one of our waiters.
Really?
So, yeah. But no, we were on the other side. Santorini's kind of got like a ghetto on the backside of it.
Is that where y'all stayed?
I mean, it wasn't the ghetto, but it was very cheap. Like everything there was dirt cheap. You could get a meal, one of the best meals ever, and get drunk and go out all night long with two people for like $100.
That's legit.
Yeah. I mean,
I didn't find that part.
How about all the cats?
Oh, there's cats everywhere.
So many freaking cats,
In Athens, it was just like cats. Well, we kept counting how many
turtles.
Cats. Turtles! You saw turtles too?
I've never seen I get so excited about turtles.
Did you see the turtles too, though?
Well, they're more like tortoises. They're like big.
Yeah,
they're big.
We were really surprised.
They're all over the rocks. They're everywhere.
Guess what else I saw? Peacocks.
Yep. Peacocks.
Did you see those?
Yep. They're wild, just wild animals, just everywhere, just wild. I mean, you just never
What about
get bit by
those
a turtle.
donkeys, like quote unquote donkeys? Did you ride the donkeys up the?
Well, first of all, how do you quote unquote a donkey? It's either a freaking donkey or it's not.
I swear to you, it was not a donkey. They called them donkeys, but they had to be mules. They were like horse size.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. A donkey and a mule, those are synonyms. Those are the same thing.
Not true.
You're a jackass.
No, a mule is like a horse and donkey mix.
Yeah.
We have Mule Day back home. You know. It's like a festival. Like they celebrate the mules.
Mule Day festival back there.
So like in
Greece, ride them?
They have a parade of mules. Like wagons with mules.
In what, Fayetteville?
No, it's in Winfield, but it's right by Fayette, so I say back home.
Fayette and Winfield and Mule Day.
So I almost got attacked by a donkey, though, in Greece. Like, a donkey. It was huge.
You keep using these air quotes.
It was huge. It was like a horse, but it was a donkey.
Attacked by a horse. A honky? A horse donkey?
I don't know, but like, they're walking up. Did you see them? Did you see the whole donkey parade?
Yeah, we used them to hike up the mountain one day.
They told us it was unsafe and not to do it. I don't know why. But, so I was walking down, because I was always the last one back on the boat. Imagine that.
Shocker.
Except for one night.
Because you're on that journey you were so fond of. You don't want to get back to the boat. That's a destination.
My travel guide on the trip said, you need to get lost in Greece. That's like something you need to do.
But don't wake up at a school.
No. Crossing the line right there. That's too far. So the donkeys that were walking down, there's 600 steps down the mountain. Did y'all do that part?
Yeah, we did that in Santorini, yeah.
600. And then these donkeys come charging up. And, like, one just, like, is chasing this person. And then it, like, was chasing me. And you have to, like, it was getting dark. So you have to walk with your, like, flashlight on the ground to make sure you don't step in donkey crap. It was really good.
Well, I didn't see any loose running donkeys. We had donkeys, like, with our party. We had 20 people, and they were carrying our stuff. Like, the donkeys were, like, on ropes. I mean, they were
These
harnessed.
Donkeys were...
You had some wild donkeys out there?
They weren't wild. They were just, like, in a posse. Like...
You got attacked by a posse of donkeys. Only you.
It was a close call.
Only you.
It was definitely close.
A posse of donkeys, Jenna, I tell you what.
But... What else? Oh, did you see the sparkling gold water?
I don't think so.
In Mykonos, the water sparkled.
Oh, in Mykonos?
And I asked him, I said, is this normal? Like, is this, like, special? Like, did y'all do something to the water or something? They were like, it's everywhere in the Greek Isles. But that's the only place I saw it was Mykonos. It was at this beach club called Namos, and it's, like, a whole, like, section of, like, really nice. Like, they had, like, all kinds of fancy stores. And apparently the travel guide person told us that last week the Obamas were there, and they were visiting Tom Hanks on his island house, and all the celebrities. That's where they go, is Mykonos.
Yeah.
And
Did y'all get to spend the night? Y'all had to be back on the ship every night.
Yeah.
What time? Did y'all have like a curfew?
Yeah, like it was usually 9, 8, something like that.
You get there about 10?
No, I always got there like almost right on time. Maybe a little early. One day I was 2 minutes late, but they didn't leave me. They left 4 people in Santorini, though, but I think they planned to stay because their stuff wasn't on the boat, they said. But they waited like an hour for them.
I'm sure they take all their stuff off the boat if they're not going to make it. Like, all right, well, we're pulling out. We'll leave your stuff here.
Well, so I walked down because I was scared to be late, but there's like a cable car that takes people up and down. Did y'all see that?
Up and down the
mountain, yeah. But apparently the line was 2 hours long, so I was like, ooh, I need to just run down the donkey trail. I was taking in every second of it, you know.
Jenna, Peter Cottontail running down the donkey trail.
So, there was this really cool bakery in Mykonos. It was like the oldest bakery.
That's probably the one that I was smelling when I was on my journey.
It was so good. It was so good.
Their baked goods over there are amazing. They come in like, they come in glass jars, like individual size portions come in little glass jars.
I did see some of that.
There's so much glass over there. Everything, there's no plastic. Everything is in glass or ceramic or
it's
something like that.
It's very environmental friendly. Yeah. Like, I would notice the water.
Real clean. It's real
The water
clean.
was like crystal clear blue everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just no pollution, no filth, nothing. Like, it made me be like, well, we need to make ours better.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily work like that. Like the Atlantic Ocean is brown versus, the Caribbean. There's
True.
different. It's not like
Guess
the trash is making the water.
Guess what I got to do though
in the ocean,
in the Mediterranean? I did one of those inflatable what's it called? Inner tubes, like a boat. It was really fun.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that on your Instagram.
So I was just chilling on the beach, and this guy was like, my boss said, if you want to ride for this for free, we're going to take pictures.
It's probably about to be human trafficked over there.
No, it was like a legit place.
I worried about that with you in Memphis. I'm like, man, if I leave her on Beale Street, next thing I know, I'm going to be the last one that saw her alive, and I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to talk into a podcast about the murder of Jenna.
He did tell me that when I went to Memphis. Like, let me know that you made it. Like, every time that he didn't go. But... No, they were normal. It was like a whole, it was called Gabriel's Water Sports. It's like a whole thing, and it was in Rhodes. And so we went on this boat, me and one of the workers on these little inner tubes. It was so fun. They went really fast, too, and they took all these pictures, and they're using them for their Instagram account or whatever.
I'm actually surprised there weren't. Did you, have to really contain yourself not to post a million things? Because, your timeline, I usually just go click, 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 click all the way through it, but there weren't many. I was really kind of impressed that you held back on that, because Jenna's stories usually take 2 days to click through.
It's not that bad.
And they're all just beautiful, inspirational quotes, and I just don't read them.
Sports news.
Not USFL news.
All the sports. Alabama. Stuff you don't care about, I guess.
Yeah.
Some people care to know.
Well, I just probably already know all that stuff. But I don't need to see it on Jenna's timeline.
Hater. Well, anyway. Yeah,
You didn't post much.
I didn't, but I'm posting now. I was waiting until I got back.
To trick people into thinking you're still over there.
No. I just don't really post until I'm home.
So you sit through and make sure they got the right filters. You got the time to dedicate.
I didn't buy international plan. I don't think. I just kind of took a break from the media. Nice. I don't know anything that happened over here.
That's good.
So if there's anything major besides Stetson Bennett, I need to know.
Stetson's in rehab. Yeah.
Stetson, I did see
if you hear this, Stetson, I'll be your sponsor.
I did see a meme about him. But, yeah, this bakery was, super old. Yeah, it was really old. I think they said 1400s.
Yeah.
That old. And it was really good. I'm looking for the name of it.
1400s isn't
you can find it on my Instagram. I'll do a little shout-out about them. Y'all can read it.
Okay. I can't wait. I can't wait to read from your Instagram.
I know you can't wait. So, where else did we go that I didn't talk about?
I don't know.
I think I said everywhere.
Yeah, sure. Your journey is over. You're at the destination now.
Amsterdam. That was a bonus. I got to see Amsterdam. Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't think I was going to get out of the plane, but I did because the flight got canceled. I was like, I'm fine with it.
Well, Amsterdam's a wild place.
We didn't really. It was a Sunday night, but we did this boat tour, and then they do have these coffee shops everywhere. Have you ever been?
Yeah. Yeah,
They're not coffee shops.
They're not coffee shops.
But they do
at all.
have coffee, actually.
Yeah. It's coffee and weed.
Weed shops,
Yeah,
coffee shops. That means the same thing over there.
Yeah.
But everybody's so happy.
Get out.
Like,
Get
they're
out.
so happy over there.
Did you go to your second home, the red light district?
Oh, my gosh.
Did anybody ask you to stand in a window up there?
No. I mean, I did. Okay, so we were walking, and I was like, oh, wait. Is this the red light district? I see red lights. And my friends were like, no. It's not. Like, that. I think they said it was way over there. We start walking, 100% a girl in a window.
Yeah.
And it was kind of feeling sketchy. So we, turned and walked back.
Yeah, I have no doubt that you're going to be human trafficked one day.
I was with friends. I was not alone.
So was the girl in Taken, okay? They both got taken.
I am
Just
very
kidding.
aware of my surroundings. What?
You almost got run over by a donkey.
Oh, there wasn't much space.
I'm just messing with you.
What else? There's lots of shopping, little cool jewelry shops. I discovered Zara. Do you know what Zara is? I didn't even know what it was. It's cool. It's kind of like H&M, but better. But they had that. All right.
Sure it wasn't S&M? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh, we can edit that out if you want. I guess that's it. What? Anything else? Oh, they have really good cider beer. Did you try that?
No, I don't. Well, maybe. I don't remember. Look, I'm sober now, and 2019 was the peak of my partying and drunk. That's when I went to Greece 4 years ago, when I was, man, I drank a lot. I probably drank everything they had.
Thanks for coming back.
No problem. I had a great time. Happy to do it anytime.
This week's 10 out of 10 is somewhere I found in Santorini when I was wandering around. And it's a place called Portofino Suites. And it's in Fia Town of Santorini. And this place was a 10 out of 10 because it was like I lived out one of my lifelong dreams here. So, when you're looking up Greece, the Greek Isles and Santorini, you see all these little hotels on the side of the mountain with the infinity pools overlooking the beautiful view. Well, I just really wanted to find one of those and swim in the infinity pool. And we walked around to a few places to ask, and we finally found one that allowed for day passes. And so they included drinks and a little fruit plate. And it was just, sitting there perfectly overlooking the Mediterranean Sea and the little volcano island. And you could see the sunset setting right there. And it was just the most magical thing I think I've experienced ever, maybe. And so that's why they're this week's 10 out of 10. Check them out if you're in Santorini. Thank you for listening to the 10 out of 10 podcast. Follow our travels every Victory Monday on YouTube and Apple Podcast, and extra content on Instagram at Jenna C. Harkness. Until next time, make each day a 10 out of 10. This podcast has been brought to you by Mike's Merchandise. You can find them on the web at mikesmerchandisebhm.com or give them a call at 205-624-4177.